Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. We are here with Clash Royale, folks, and in this video of everything Royale, we're going to be explaining a new deck. It's a giant Three Musketeers Zap bait deck, and it's pretty crazy. But before we go into our deck, I just want to quickly point out in the Clash Royale news that there's a really cool question and answer session on Reddit, one of those AMAs with Chief Pat. So if you go into your in-game news and you click on it, it'll take you over to the Reddit page, and you can find out some great information about Tribe Gaming, some personal details about Chief Pat and experiences. And I think you should check it out because he's a great inspiration and an awesome role model in the YouTube community. So now let's get into the deck, folks. Alright, folks, so the deck that we're going to be explaining today consists of the Spear Goblins, the Goblin Hut, the Bat, the Giant, your Zap, your Log, your Goblin Hut, and your Three Musketeers. So you see, there's a lot of Zap bait going on, and you can definitely use the Three Musketeers to your advantage, because once you use the Log to be baited out, that eliminates one counter against the Three Musketeers. So the only thing you really need to worry about is like a fireball or a rocket. And by having a Goblin Hut, you can easily try to bait out a rocket or a fireball as well. So you see, there's a lot of baiting going on in this deck. And of course, because there's a giant involved, it's going to become a giant beatdown deck as well. So folks, let's check it out. As usual, we're going to go into two replays. The first one I will explain to you the idea around the deck, how to create a push, how to use it, and in the second highlight will be a play-by-play commentary. Alright, so let's check it out. Alright folks, so our first highlight is against a Mordor deck. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of the most popular Mordor cycle decks. And as you already know, with every other giant beatdown, you'll start with the giant in the back of the tower. And you let your push build up. Since they're playing at Mordor, we could throw down the Three Musketeer at the middle bridge, having them split up so that one Musketeer will attack the Mordor and the other one will stay behind the giant, and then your Musketeer on your left will do chip damage. Now, since the Log came out, you have an option of throwing down a Goblin Gang, which will help you against those bats and that knight. And once everything is clear, in most cases, we'll be able to do chip damage. So this card here, this deck here, I'm telling you, it's going to really agitate your opponents because you're baiting out so many spells, and also it becomes a spawner deck if everything works out the way you want it to. Now, the reason why I dropped that Goblin Hut in the back is because I'm playing Three Musketeer. I want to bait out their rocket or fireball. So by placing it there, it's easy for the opponent to want to be tempted to do it. And then you just start down your Three Musketeers with no worries. Now at this point, you bait out the Log, and then you can go with your Goblin Gang. And you're going to do more chip damage on the right side. And because you got that solo Musketeer on the left, you're always going to be doing chip damage as well. Alright, so they're playing the Mordor. So you got to be able to take that out as quickly as possible. We'll use the Giant to tank. I wanted to drop it a little bit sooner so that it could kind of throw things off for them. But it's all good. We'll use the bats now to take out the Mordor. The Giant's also going to hit it. And now Three Musketeers again. We'll hit that Mordor as it drops. We'll hit the bats. We're going to hit the knights also. And notice they still have not thrown that rocket or fireball. So there goes the rocket. Because they used it on Three Musketeer, now we can use our Goblin Hunt. So you see how we can use it, interchange it as much as we can. So there you go. Giant beat down again. Stacking up behind it. We already seen Log come out. So now we're able to throw down another Goblin Hut. Let the Giant attack that Mordor. Use the Zap on those bats. And we're going to be able to attack those archers. So there goes the Zap that we baited out right there. We still got goblins spawning from both huts. Now, we're forcing the opponent to have to make a decision because if they throw the rocket, we're going to come in hard with those 3 musketeers. So you know what? Throw down another hut. So now we're spamming spirit goblins. They need to make a choice. Stop these huts or create an opening for the 3 musketeer. Very tough decision for the opponent. There goes the log. We're going to bring in more goblins. We're going to throw in our log and we're going to just cycle until we can finish off that tower. So look at that. 3 goblin huts out. They're not going to use their rocket. They don't know what to do at this point. We're just overwhelming them with spirit goblins. So here, we're not even playing goblin, or we're not even playing giant beatdown. And notice, we haven't even played the 3 musketeers. So imagine how quickly we're cycling through cards. So there goes the rocket. So now we'll finish off the tower with chip damage, game over. And look, you get the victory, and the opponent's agitated, right? Because you just played that very well. Well, you played it well enough to win, right? All right, so now let's go to the next replay, folks. All right, so this next replay is going to be against a Golem beatdown deck and Elite Barb. So a couple cards that you need to, really react to quick enough because they're overpowering. So we use the Goblin Gang and the log combination in order to take out those E-Barbs. Nonetheless, they still did a lot of damage. So we're going to let our count build up. We'll play 3 Muskies in the black. Have the King's Tower split them up. And now we'll just wait, right? Because we just dropped down a lot of elixir. So we got 2 Musketeers on the right-hand side. We'll drop our Giant in front of them, allowing us an opportunity to attack that Knight. And also attack the Wizard. Now we'll use our Spirit Goblins on the left-hand side to attack the Minion Horde. And since they threw a Fireball, we'll bring in the Bats to try to do some chip damage to the tower, but also slightly tank for the Musketeers. And we'll throw in the Goblin Gangs on the left-hand side to sneak them in. So we're looking pretty good. So at this point, we just got to defend. So they're playing Pump. So we already know that they're going to play something big. So we got to be very careful now. Okay, there goes the Knight. We'll let a count build up. And we're going to split the 3 Musketeers. And we'll finish off the Knight right there. And we're going to drop the Giant again. Now this time around, they kind of throw things off by bringing out that Golem. They put down the minions on top of our Musketeers. We'll zap it, and then we'll finish them off with the Spirit Goblins. We got the tower, and now we have the Musketeers still locked into the Golem. But that Wizard is going to melt my Goblin. So we'll use the log just to push it back a little bit. And now we're forced with Elite Barbarians on the other lane. We'll play the Bats, and we'll play our Goblin Gang on the left side. Tough situation, right? Because they really gave us a lot of pressure. So we did lose the tower. And we've played the Goblin Hut, kind of a desperation move to get those Golems moving away. But we cleared out whatever they threw in our way. We got rid of the Elite Barbs. So we're looking okay. Now we just got to defend and finish off that tower that only has 1,000 HP. So we use the Bats to take out the Knight. We'll split the 3 Musketeers because we know that they just played E-Barbs a little bit before that. And they played Golem. The Fireball did take out my 3 Musketeers. So now we just got to focus on taking out that Wizard and defending against this Golem. So we'll play the Goblin Hut, try to distract those minions. We'll use the Bats on the Golem. We'll throw down the other Spirit Goblins to finish off the minions as well. And we'll play a Goblin Gang on top of the Golem since they already broken pieces and we know that they won't be destroyed with the explosion. We got rid of 1 E-Barb. We're going to log the other one and the Knight. And then we're going to finish them off with the Zap and Bat combo. Now we got to stop that Wizard. But it gave us enough time because notice that we dropped the Giant up there, which was allowed to free roam to the tower while we defended. So you see, folks, it worked out. Tough match right here. I got to be very honest with you. Very tough matchup. Weird deck, but 2 explosive cards that can... Obviously, you saw they took down our towers pretty quick. but we got it done. So folks, I do hope that you enjoy this content. I appreciate if you slap that like button, because that's how I know what videos you guys want me to do more of on the channel. I'm loving the interaction and the comments you guys are leaving. It's been good, and it's been helping me out a lot. So if there are more decks that you guys want to see, feel free to drop a comment down below. I mean, we've been meeting all the requests, right? We've done a Graveyard deck. We've done Mega Knight. We've done a Golem Beatdown. We've done Dark Prince decks, Double Prince decks. I mean, everything you guys have been asking for. Minor Control, Giant Beatdown, which was recently requested. We did that as well. So feel free. Comment section is open for suggestions as well. So, you know, we're going to grow this channel together. And again, appreciate all the support. If you've been watching this video up to this point and you haven't subscribed yet, then please do so. You're not going to regret it. The content on here will add value, right? Every video on this channel is geared towards providing you tips on the favorite games you play, right? Whether we're doing deck videos for Clash Royale or we're doing high-ranked gameplay for Arena or Valor, we're showing you something, all right? Whether it's mistakes or tips, you're going to learn something from this channel, all right? So other than that, folks, appreciate the support. Peace out.